Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. It's Angela, and it's early in the morning, Saturday morning, because people don't sleep in my house. So I decided instead of doing it tonight, because I have a lot of stuff to do today, and I might not feel like doing it later, I would go ahead and do my tarot spread I do every week. If you're just tuning in, every Saturday I find a tarot spread to do, and I pick a deck to do it with. So I decided to I was thinking about yesterday what I would do for a tarot spread, and I'm actually using my Tarot of the She today. And if I need any clarifiers, my Earth Magic Oracle cards by Stephen D. Farmer, because I think those two would go really well together. They're both earthy kind of decks. Sorry, all of a sudden I've got stuff popping up. With me, just bear with me. That might be it. And this is my first ever Oracle deck. It's the first deck I ever resonated with and was able to bond with and read with. And I was thinking about all week kind of what tarot spread I would use today. Usually every Saturday I do a tarot spread. I pick a tarot deck. I do kind of a meditative breathing when I'm online with you guys. And then I will draw some cards. And then I will go over them in the book, and then whatever else happens. And then I was thinking all week what spread to use. I didn't know, and yesterday when I got off work, I got home and I'm watching YouTube, and Amethyst Ascension was doing a Lilith tarot spread, and I'm like, that's a pretty cool spread. She was doing it with a couple other people. I'm like, that's cool. So then I went on Pinterest and looked up tarot spreads, and that was like literally the first spread that popped up was the one she was using. I'm like, okay, I guess we're using the Lilith tarot spread. So for the Lilith tarot spread, it says, how can I assert my independence? Let me pull it up here because I took a picture of it. That was online. It won't let you make it bigger. How can I assert my independence more effectively? Number 2, how can I become more creative in my life and or work? Number 3, how can I embrace every part of my sexuality? 4, how can I liberate myself from the oppression put upon me by others and or society? Number 5, in what ways can I embrace my darker elements within me to become more powerful in my life and or work? And number 6, what messages Lilith have for me? So I thought that was very interesting. So yeah, I'm going to pull these out. And this deck is very earthy, very grounded. It's very otherworldly, but it also feels like a place I've been before. Like I used to be part of these. And this is the first deck. The second deck I ever trimmed and edged. And it's gorgeous. Gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous. So let me do a little bit of breathing here. And see what we see. Let me push you back a little bit. Okay, so done some breathing. So let's go with question 1. So it's 6 cards. Question 1 is, how can I assert my independence more effectively? How can I assert my independence more effectively? Nothing wants to come out. They're all flipping around. How can I assert my independence more effectively? There we go. Okay, how can I become more creative in my life and or work? Oh, Lord. Number 3, how can I embrace every part of my sexuality? And embrace every part of my sexuality. Number 4, how can I liberate myself from the oppression put upon me by others and our society? 4. Card 5, in what ways can I embrace my darker elements within me to become more powerful in my life and or work? And embrace the darker parts of me. My darker elements. 5. And number 6, what message does Lilith have for me? What? That one almost flew out of me. Okay, so we've got the cards drawn. Let's see what they say. And that is by Red Feather Shifter. If you're not, but I got it on Amazon for like 23 bucks. But I love this deck. So, question 1, how can I assert my independence more effectively? I drew the Maker Prince Gift of Connection. And you can see the symbol down here on his belly. I've got to look this up because I haven't used this deck in a while, so I forgot what the makers are. There's the warriors. Dreamers are major pursuits. The oh my gosh. Makers are pentacles. That's what I thought. I don't know why I paused in that. Because it's a very earthy card. The Gift of Connection. And it says, the question is, how can I assert my independence more effectively? The gift of being grounded. The gift of this connection I have with the earth and with the animals that needs to be more secure. And I totally feel that needs to be happening. And look at the full moon back there. It's gorgeous, gorgeous card. So this, how can I assert my independence more effectively? Stay grounded, stay connected to the earth and to Gaia and all of that. So I totally feel that's true. Number 2, how can I become more creative in my life and or work? And I got the Warrior Princess, Gift of Courage. This is the Princess of Wands. I needed to reignite my fire, reignite my passion, reignite the courage that I had in my youth to go for what I want without, you know how, like I went roller skating a couple years ago, and I'm a lot more heavier than I was in my youth. And I'm like, oh, I got this. I can do this. No, I didn't fall. But at the same time, I realized there's certain things you get to an adult, and I was so worried about falling and hurting myself that I was just like, I was terrified the whole time. So I didn't really enjoy myself. I didn't really let go. And as a kid, I'm like, it's funny how I was so concerned with getting hurt or breaking a bone or something. When as a kid, I didn't worry about that at all. I just did what I did because it made me happy. And I need to kind of recapture that that essence or that feeling of being courageous without overthinking the consequences of what happens if this happens. Because the what ifs may never happen. So I totally feel that. Um, Number 3, how can I embrace every part of my sexuality? I got the Maker 8 Emergence. So the 8 of Pentacles, emergence. And then again, in the image, I get this sense of connection. Um, there's a disconnect within myself that needs to be found, needs to be reignited, um, to be embraced, able to embrace all these parts of myself. So I find that quite interesting that those are all kind of tying in together. Question 4, how can I liberate myself from the oppression put upon me by others or society? I don't know why I'm not flipped over. And I got the Dreamer Prince, or Dancer Prince, Gift of Expression. Oh my gosh. And the Dancer is the Cups. And it says, how can I liberate myself from the oppression put upon me by others and our society? And the first time I ever saw this card, I was almost jealous of her. Because it's almost, and it's the gift of expression. She has not a care in the world. And it's not because she has no responsibilities or anything like that. It's because she just flat out doesn't care. She dances to the beat of her own drummer. She is frolicking with her unicorn in the water. She doesn't care who's watching. And I find that interesting for number 4, how can I liberate myself from the oppression put upon me by others and or society, is to not give a damn. Like, they're not paying your bills. They're not taking care of you. So why bother caring what others think of you? And I got a mosquito on my forehead. And that's definitely the energy I get from this card is dance like nobody's watching. Sing like nobody's listening. Yeah, I love that. I love that. Number 5, in what ways can I embrace my darker elements? And I got the Maker Princess. I've got all Princess and Princesses here. I don't know what's happening. Maker Princess, Gift of Creativity. Gift of Creativity. And look, she looks like she's ready to give birth. In what ways can I embrace my darker elements to become more powerful in my life and or work? Embrace them. Embrace the darker parts of you, because that's still part of who you are. Because if you don't embrace the darker parts, you're not embracing yourself wholly. And I feel like I just got called out a little bit. And then the gift of creativity, embrace that part of you too. Embrace all of it, because it all is the makeup that is you. And I love that. And that's the cups. I'm pretty sure those are the cups. I don't really need it because air is warrior, dreamers, air, warriors fire, dancers water. I know the makers are the pentacles. So I have 3 pentacles now. I have the Maker Prince, I have bugs flying all over, the Maker 8, and the Maker Princess. And then I have the Dancer Princess and the Warrior Princess. Yeah, this is like I've never had this happen. I have 1 card that's not a court card. That's crazy. So on to the last card. Number 6, what message does Lilith have for me? And I got the Dancer 7, which is the Cups. Illusions, Depth. And I don't know. I think that probably is one of the most appropriate cards to say, what message does Lilith have for me? Because I feel almost like this is Lilith here, or this is Lilith here. And she's looking down on everyone, on all her subjects, all her people. And illusions, depths. Don't get caught up in what you think you know, or get caught up in what you think things should be. is what I'm getting from this. Don't get caught up in the depths of the illusion of what you think things should be like. And yeah, that's kind of gives me chills a little bit. Whew. So yeah, that's crazy. So let's go to the book and see what it says. Now, in this book, the majors have a little story line and a little poem, but the minors all have just poems. One of the reasons I love this deck, because I'm a writer, any kind of poetry I love. So yeah. So number one, again, was how can I assert my independence more effectively? And we got the maker prints. I gotta find the makers. The maker print says, the brother of all living things. He knows the web and where it sings. He has the patience of the roots and hears the wisdom of owl's hoots. Wow. Keywords: connected, peaceful, predictable, reliable, trusting, grounded. That kind of gives me a little chills again, too. Okay, then we have the warrior princess. And that question was, how can I become more creative in my life and or work? Warrior princess, gift of courage. She stands in the center of the flame, yet courage holds her steady aim. She is dancing free and bold of will. She thrives on danger's exquisite thrill. Keywords: free spirit, reckless, bold, thrill-seeking, exciting, youthful, and vibrant. And that's what I was talking about with the youthfulness. We tend to lose that courage when we get older, when we start thinking about, oh, I could break a bone, or this could happen, or this could happen. We kind of lose that courage that we had in our youth as being bold and courageous. And we need to kind of embrace that again. So Maker 8. I go to the back. So Maker 8. And this is for question 3. How can I embrace every part of my sexuality? We got Maker 8, emergence. A vision of potential crowned from seed that's planted in the ground. The tests are passed, the task is done. Now glimpse the future that is won. Keywords: graduation, harvest, mastery, potential, vision, and initiation. Love that. Love it, love it, love it, love it. Okay, dancer prince. Or dancer princess, sorry. Dancer princess, gift of expression. She's playful, free, and bright, dancing for joy and sheer delight. She is the lover of the sun and the child that lives in everyone. And that kind of goes with the other card, is the youthfulness, the dance like nobody's watching, sing like nobody's listening. Keywords: playful, sensitive, artistic, immature, lively, innocent, naive. I love that. And card 5. In what ways can I embrace my darker elements within me to become more powerful in my life and or work? And I got the maker prince, gift of creativity. The brother of all living things. Oh, wait. No, I got the maker princess. Sorry. I don't know why I keep trying to read the prince. Maker princess. She is the deepest jewels of earth. She knows the art and what it's worth. With maker's gift, her belly grows. She is both seed and where it sows. Wow. Keywords: creative, productive, fertility, patient, generous, diligent. Wow. Wow, that's awesome. And number 6, what message does Lilith have for me? I got Dancer 7, Illusions Depths. And I gotta find it. In watery tide we start to sink, and of illusions lake we drink. Seduced by phantoms of the mind, reality is left behind. Keywords: illusion, fantasy, escapism. That's a big one for me. Indecision, addiction, and confusion. Wow. Wow. So, yeah, that's what I was saying. Don't get caught up in what you think you should know or do or be. Wow. So I'm going to pull a card from the Oracle deck just as an overall. Um, but yeah, that's the Tarot of the She. That's crazy. Just as an overall, just what can you tell us further about this? What further can you tell us about this spread? Anything else you want to tell us about this spread? I got lightning and power. Know your power. Know yourself. Know who you are. You have power within you. Unleash it. Wow. That's beautiful. Yeah. So let me read that one. Lightning. Oh, there it is. We see power all around us. It's in the mountains, meadows, and clouds. In fact, in every expression of nature. Yet there isn't a more dramatic display of nature's power than lightning. It electrifies and splits the atmosphere such that when the heated air comes rushing together, we hear thunder, the applause of the gods. Lightning sharpens our senses and triggers fear and awe. We see these forked beams of brilliant light jump from the sky, and our instinctual vigilance is triggered in anticipation of the roar that follows. We naturally seek shelter from the storm or are grateful that we are already being sheltered. This demonstration of the power of creation is yet another way to remind us that we are not in control of the natural world. When we witness nature's power with open hearts and minds, we see that it is neither destructive nor constructive. It simply is. Wow. The power available to you, the force of life itself, is neutral. It is neither inherently good nor bad. It is how you utilize it that will determine whether it is ultimately harmful or life-giving and congruent with the will of spirit that pulses through you. What is required is awareness of your intention, your values, and your willingness to act on them under the particular circumstances of your inquiry. Although you may see yourself as using the power for good, do not allow yourself to get caught up in the duality of good or bad in determining your decisions or actions. Through prayer or ceremony, you can tap into the spiritual force, and by paying close attention to Spirit's prompting, your choice will ultimately be revealed to you. Your choice will, one that is beyond your typical perspective. From there, you can continue to access this divine power that is the very force driving the universe. Wow. So yeah, that's awesome. Awesome. So that is my week ahead, or not week ahead spread. That is my tarot spread I did for this week, using the Tarot of the She and the Earth Magic Oracle cards, which I think that went very well together. And I used the Lilith spread that Amethyst Ascension used on her channel yesterday. And if I remember, I will post that once this uploads. But yeah, if you guys have any questions, comments, concerns, don't hesitate to comment below. If you like this video, give me a thumbs up. If you want to see more, please subscribe. And don't forget to hit that notification button so you're alerted to any future videos. And you guys have a great day. Bye.